How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I'm continuing to remind the royal family that retrograde is in full effect. And I have some things to show the royal family to prove what I've been talking about for the last 3 years is very, very real. And I will leave this link here so people can study it on their own. So based on this calendar, they're telling us that retrograde is over. It is not. Now, I have said this repeatedly. We're going by the enemy's calendar. All right? And we can't go by what the enemy tell us. But I use this as a guideline. So you see here in March, in this red, that is when retrograde had hit direct, the nucleus of it. And I have been showing y'all repeatedly how we are affected. Okay, so we already know in the green, that's the staging, all right? Or they call it pre-retrograde. And also, then when you, in the red, they call it retrograde. And now we are in the yellow, which is called post. And you see, based on the enemy's calendar, it ends on the 16th. Now, what we are feeling, my royal family, is the magnetic forces from planet Mercury. And the way I deal with it is not with fear, with respect. And you'll know what's going on in the universe. You'll know what's going on based on the things that I'm going to show the royal family. So don't think things is over with. You need to continue to operate like you've been operating, that we're in retrograde. And at the end of this, I will repeat myself again, the things that we need to do so we don't work against the grain or against retrograde. And some stuff is just totally beyond your control, because you got to remember, during retrograde, what I'm about to show you, stuff just happened out of nowhere. All right? And folks will try to find the source. Oh, well, why is this going on? You're not going to find the source. It just simply happens. So let's go on this journey. So, and I thank Lisa Cabrera for this. She emailed me this. I have been saying to y'all repeatedly that I notice that there is always a bridge collapse during retrograde. The last video that I showed, I think a week ago, about retrograde overseas, some bridge had unquote collapse. And it is what it is. So let's watch this first video.
We were notified that the outside beam of the bridge had fallen onto the I-24 ramp, and so we came out here to investigate. We're still under investigation. We don't know why the beam has fallen at this point. We're still going through that at this time. So right now we're taking the beam down. We're going to put it on the side. We're going to break it up with some equipment, and then we're going to begin an emergency bridge repair. As you guys probably know, we already have this interchange under construction for the design build that we're doing. We're reconfiguring the interchange here. So we're going to be calling on that contractor to go ahead and do an emergency bridge repair to get the bridge back open in 2 lanes.
So approximately, just like the director said, at 11:30ish, we actually got a call of a traffic crash, also with part of the bridge that had fallen. As one of the cars got here on scene, they located a blue vehicle that was actually had ran into the fallen piece of the bridge. At that time, we went ahead and administered first aid to the driver, and then we transported the driver to the hospital. There's the condition of the driver currently at this time is non-life-threatening condition as far as injuries go, but they were injured.
Okay, my royal family, let's shut that down. I don't want to get no damn pop-ups. I can't stand them. So, I'm going to show another video about that bridge collapse. I know the volume is low on some of this stuff. I have no control of it. So let's do this next one.
75 I-24 split in Tennessee. Part of a bridge went crashing down onto I-75 this morning. No one's been seriously hurt, but one car was damaged. This picture gives you perspective of what we're talking about. You've probably been there if you've done any traveling north of Atlanta. It's a busy area. Just in the past hour, the state tweeted that troopers and police escorted equipment over to the scene. Channel 2's Tom Regan's along that split right now, where the goal is to make sure it reopens as quickly as possible.
Highway crews and engineers are taking a closer look at this overpass on I-75 South, just west of Chattanooga. You can see a barrier wall broke free this morning and crashed onto I-24 below, injuring a driver, and at this point, no one knows why. The multi-ton barrier wall collapsed without warning just before noon. A driver who couldn't stop in time crashed into the concrete. The DOT grateful that the car wasn't crushed by falling debris.
There was an injury, but it was a non-life-threatening injury, and we're glad about that.
This interchange, one of the busiest in the southeast, was constructed in the late 50s. The overpass passed inspection several years ago. Some say it's one of the worst interchanges in the state.
We do have a project that's been let to contract to redo this interchange, so that'll be coming in the near future.
The Tennessee Department of Transportation tells me they hope to have this interchange reopen in just a few hours, but the repair work will take weeks. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, Tom Regan, Channel 2 Action News.
New developments.
So based on, oh, excuse me here.
Channel 2 Action News at 5
let's
keeps
stop
you up
this.
to speed. Live.
Based on, let me stop this for a second. Okay. Based on my construction knowledge, me and my husband looked at this real close. And what we immediately noticed was erosion. You know, because they said this was built in the 50s. And let me see here. Let me go over here. Okay, bridge collapse. Oops, let's get it in the right state. That was, okay, there it is, in Tennessee. And let's look at the images. Let me see, which one was I looking at? That was not close enough. It was one that I was looking at, me and my husband was looking at real close. And you can see like the erosion here. This is not close enough. I look at so much stuff. There we go. And I can see erosion immediately with my trained eye and stuff. And it is what it is. It happened out of nowhere. But poor maintenance. Thank goodness no one got killed. But like I said before, if anybody's been following me real close, every retrograde, I notice there is a bridge collapse. So, just letting folks know how real this is and how and this thing is going to continue to last. So as we continue on my royal family, let me see something here. Oh, that's a hell of a view. That's, you know, I'm just checking it all out. Anyway, as we continue on my royal family, now this happened this week. Well, yeah, it happened this week where there was technical issues causing flight delays nationwide. That's nothing more than retrograde. So let's get into it.
Passengers across the country are reporting delays, some of them major delays at several airlines. We're told Delta, Southwest, and United all involved.
It appears there's a technical glitch that is causing this problem. CNN's Christina Alessi is one of the people who was stalled by all this. She is at LaGuardia Airport for us in New York. So what's the situation there, Christina?
I talked to one of the pilots who basically said it was a problem with software that gives the pilots all the information they need to fly, everything from their route to the number of passengers to how much luggage is on board to fuel. Basically, the pilot described it as the Bible needed to take off, and that was delayed. Sorry, I'm on my Skype here. That was getting that information was not happening this morning, and that's what delayed all the flights. It impacted 3 major airlines in airports across the country: Delta, United, Southwest, where I am right now. passengers really frustrated because of the lack of information and really understanding. But gate agents and everyone in the airport trying to reassure passengers that it wasn't a safety issue with the airplanes, it was a technical issue. But, you know, those issues caused hours and hours of delays for passengers today. It seems to be coming back online. Delta, for example, saying that there was a brief third-party technology issue preventing some Delta connection flights from being dispatched on time this morning. But Delta saying there were no canceled flights, only delays at this point. Just a lot of people trying to get to where they need to be and finding it rather difficult this morning, especially for me. I missed my meeting. Allison?
Well, we can give you a note because it does seem very legit, your reason for missing that meeting, Christina.
She missed a meeting, but she got to lead the 8 o'clock hour. So the airlines giveth and they taketh away.
All right, my royal family. Now remember, during retrograde, there's always technical issues, always delays, and we can't lose sight of that. And I have often said to the royal family that taking long distance trips, you're gonna encounter something. Something gonna happen, and I've seen it happen personally with my individual family, where I have told them it's retrograde. It ain't good to take a long distance trip. It is just simply isn't. And since our king here, who has been slaughtered in the streets of America, Nipsey, has popped up, I'm not going to just skip past him. He was even affected by retrograde because communication becomes an issue with someone, and he was communicating something to someone and they felt some kind of way and they reacted accordingly to killing his brother, which was absolutely senseless. So I'm not going to lose sight of our king here. Much love and respect to your family, Nipsey. So as we continue on, in Nepal, they had a major storm. So far, they said at least 30 people have been killed. So let's see what's going on.
Deadly thunderstorm has flattened villages in southern Nepal, leaving 28 people dead and injuring hundreds more. Around 40 people were seriously hurt when the bus they were travelling in was blown off a high-altitude road in strong winds. Fallen trees and electrical poles have blocked the entrance into many remote towns, hampering rescue efforts.
All right, my royal family, and I have another video to show. Oh, it's horrible what has happened over here with these people.
घर ये कि हेने से यति आउँदा बहुत आग के गोला रे बहुत बड़का आग के गोला ठीक बा 7-8 बजे तर यही में आनी अब खाना ना खले रे अब बोतल खाना खाने में आग के गोला बहुत बड़का रे यही में गए ठीक बा सब गाछ ब्रिज घर वो सब उड़िया के पूरा लेके गइल बाटे.
Well, he explained it quite well. So let me take this down because I don't want any pop-ups. But here are some pictures of the destruction over there. I mean, and it's major. It is major. And I know that more people will, they will be reporting more fatalities as well. So retrograde affects the entire globe. And anybody that's new to the True Royal family, I will leave the link there because I always encourage people to study this stuff on their own and expect stuff like this. Expect it and stuff. And it is what it is. As tragic as it is, it's just really, really sad. You know, people have lost family members. And this stuff is no joke. Look at this. Wow. And it was like it came out of nowhere, you know. Oh, that's something else. Let me keep it there. It just came out of nowhere, and these people have been absolutely devastated by it. There's an animal that has been killed. So I just, gonna stay on my due diligence and do what I do for the family to make sure that we know about retrograde and educate yourself and stuff. And like I said, the link will be there. I do appreciate the people that send, who are and continue to pay attention to retrograde, showing how real it is. I have been telling people to make sure you don't do your normal routine and leave home early to go to work and stuff, because there may be a traffic delay. I had went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago and I left home 45 minutes early and there was a 6-car accident on the freeway. I was able to get to where I needed to get to on time, taking heed and respecting planet Mercury. You have no control over it. Expect your cell phones to mess up. Expect your computers to mess up. I know Lisa had to keep rebooting. She's been rebooting her computer all this month. Her furnace went out. And y'all tell me many things. Don't get any surgeries. Don't get any dental work done. Don't start new projects. Don't sign contracts. It's retrograde is all about redos. Do stuff that needed to be done in the past. Unfinished business. Retrograde is very real. And communication, again, is an issue, because I talked to, just mentioned about our king being slaughtered. That was a communication issue. And that person had utter deep hatred for that brother, and it's just terrible. I just noticed these things are heightened during retrograde, and y'all don't have to worry, because I stay on top of this, and I will do more stories, because like I said, even though we're in that period where things are tapering off and stuff, we're in the yellow of it. It's still in full effect. All right, I don't want the royal family to fear this. I want you to use it to your advantage. Somebody owe you some money, good to go back and run them down about your paper. You want to win an argument, they're not going to communicate with you well, because the planet Mercury is working in your favor. And I have done that before. I did it online to show people how it works. And it was like, wow, it really, I drug a motherfucker, because I knew that they was going to laugh at me if I would have told them, well, Mercury is in retrograde and you are not going to win this argument. But I rarely do that. Normally what I do is try to get my coins back, do my spring cleaning, and prepare myself in such a way where if I got places to go and things to do, don't do any last minute stuff. And expect delays. Expect chaos. People's judgment is not well. People are irrational. Remember what I was talking about. We can go back to our brother again, gotten killed. That person wasn't thinking rational. And they thought, and they fucked up head, well, I'll just go kill him. It's terrible. It's just terrible. So y'all see what day it is. Today is the 2nd. And it technically look like we got like about 3 more weeks of this. But I will keep reminding y'all that retrograde is very, very real. So anyway, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.